Now to a story we started telling you about at the beginning of the newscast. Hundreds of people gathered at Camp Withycombe this afternoon, a National Guard base in Clackamas County, to question Oregon Senator Ron Wyden and U.S. Representative Janelle Bynum about ICE activity in Oregon. But that was just one of several big issues on the minds of many. Our Ariel Salk joins us live from outside that military base. Ariel, what are the people most concerned about there?
Like you mentioned, ICE was a huge topic of conversation today, but people also asked about mail-in voting and federal funding that's designated to come here to Oregon. Nearly 400 people filling the gymnasium at Camp Withycombe in Clackamas County to share their concerns with the state of the country and demanding answers from Senator Ron Wyden and U.S. Congresswoman Janelle Bynum. The main topic of concern, ICE in Portland. One man wanting funds pulled from the ICE budget.
Senator Wyden said that he supports defunding and that he wants to put that money towards local law enforcement, but Congresswoman Bynum did not give us an answer today.
Also among the big issues, Greenland. President Donald Trump insists that the U.S. needs to acquire Greenland for national security reasons. Wyden talking about that today.
I'm the ranking Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, which has authority over trade, and we'll be working very closely with the allies to make sure that he can't punish people who take him on with huge tariffs.
Another concern, that hundreds of millions of federal dollars promised to Oregon could be held back.
Last Tuesday, where I led the effort to prevent $2 billion worth of cuts in mental health services.
Here in Oregon, there is a worry about whether we could lose our vote-by-mail system. President Trump is threatening to end vote-by-mail. I asked Congresswoman Bynum what she plans to do to stop this.
Number one, we have to make sure that we support the Secretary of State as he goes and does lawsuits protecting our most sensitive information. And number two, that we make sure our young people vote. Because if we're not willing to make sure that Oregon has as close to 100% mail-in voting as possible, then we're sending the signal that maybe this isn't important to us.
Many people tell me they were hoping for more direct answers to their questions, but are holding out hope that their representatives will do their best.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are walking away with uncertainty still, and that's why we're all here.
So Wyden has 5 more town halls this month all across the state. Reporting live in Clackamas County, Ariel Salk, KOIN 6 News.